Welcome Aquarius and Aquarius cross watchers to your mini love read. Oh, so we have some cards coming out. So thank you for stopping by my channel. I hope you guys have had a good day. We have the King of Pentacles and the Knight of Swords already. Aquarius, you have definitely caught someone's eye. I feel like this is someone that is... Okay, hold on for a second. The energy seems like it may be flip-flopped, so is what it is. Someone has caught somebody's eye, and it's a very interesting energy because this King of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords has caught their eye. And I feel like it's almost like a little bit of fear. You know what I mean? It's not fear that you're ominous or something. It's more fear of the unknown with this King of Pentacles. I feel like they are used to, and I just want to, I know I say this all the time, but please don't focus on the gender that's represented on these cards. It's just about the energy. Okay. This King of Pentacles has had a lot of people try to take things, try to take what's theirs. You know what I mean? They've had a lot of people try to bamboozle them or shortchange them or whatever it is. And here you come along. I'm hearing like a bit of a knight in shining armor. And I'm going to be honest with you. Here the knight comes along because, again, the energy might be flipped. But I am seeing you as the knight. So here you come along, and I feel like the younger version of this King of Pentacles may have seen you in that way. But this version of them, it's like they've seen too much. You know what I mean? Like they've been through too much. They've had to fight too much. They've had to lose too much. And it may not be financial loss. It feels more that like they've had to lose people that were very important to them in order to survive. They've had to let them go. And I feel like they are staunchly defensive of their kingdom. And here you come, you know, kind of, I want to say like prancing or stomping into town, right? Just looking at the horse's hooves. I was going to say feet, but that's not right. And there's a little bit of terror from this person. I'm not going to lie. They are afraid. And it's not that they're afraid of you specifically. It's that they're afraid of new and unknown. Because it's almost that energy of like, they remember the last time someone new came around and they remember what that person did to them. And it's been such a pattern for this person that they just don't expect anything different to happen because it's never happened. Which is actually makes me want to cry. That I can't imagine what that must feel like for them. We do have the Tower at the bottom of the deck here. We're just going to get a different deck and some clarifiers for each of you here. So, can we get clarifier for Knight of Swords? Just want to make sure that nothing else flipped over. It's not. Four of Pentacles. And King of Pentacles. So the Page of Swords. So, oops. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. So we got the Eight of Cups in the Tower for this King of Pentacles, or what I'm seeing as your person for most of you. So like, holy cow, they've been through it. Like, they've been through it. And that's not to say that you haven't, of course, right? Everyone's got their you know, luggage that they're toting behind them. It feels like you might meet this person right before or right around the time of a pretty potent devastation for them. You know what I mean? It's almost like you might see them when they've got that 1,000-yard stare, right? Almost like something has happened that put them into such shock that their their eyes are wide, and it's like they have enough wherewithal to, manage their life, but it's almost like they're just kind of going through the motions. And I feel like the fact that you don't come charging in with this huge emotional display doesn't mean you don't have any emotions, right? But because you come in and you're, dang it, you don't come in kind of announcing this is what you want, this is what you are here for, so on and so forth, because they wouldn't trust it anyway. It feels like it's such a relief to this person. I feel like you are, it's almost the energy of whenever people in the past have told this person, oh, I'm a good person, I'm this, I'm that, it's like it was all lies. And the fact that you're not coming in trying to pull that, it almost seems to be adding to that, if they are in that kind of state of shock, it's kind of bewildering to them that you seem to, you're not there for something, if that makes sense. It's almost like they kind of see you, how do I say this? It's like they may initially turn you away, but as soon as they do that and you're kind of like, okay, well, bye. It's like they're used to people trying to push, trying to stay, trying to this, trying to that, right? Trying to stay around them because of everything that they have. And I feel like they kind of don't know what to do with it. You know what I mean? It's just like it's leaving me a little bit speechless, actually, because it's the energetics of somebody that is used to people walking up to them and asking them for things, rather than used to people walking up to them and being like, hey, you want to grab a coffee? You know what I mean? It's almost like they're not used to connections with other people being about being in relation with that person or living in community with that person. It's always been about, what does this person have? What can they do? Like the other people saying about this, about your King of Pentacles. It's, what does this King of Pentacles have? What can they do for me? How can they help me? How can they serve me? Right? It's always been about how people can get from this person rather than the other way around. And I feel like to a certain extent they may have had to, in certain situations, I feel like they may have had to kind of strike a bargain, so to speak, where they exchange certain things or certain, I don't know how to say this, where they knowingly allow themselves to, it's like they kind of know that this person is using them, but they just need to feel like somebody gives a dang about them. They just need to feel loved for a minute before they cut the person off, which is, I don't even know what to say. I feel like that may have been what they did in the past. I don't feel like that's what they do anymore, because I feel like that approach burned them. So it's like, so now they'll just be it's almost like they'll just defend it themselves. Even if they have that feeling, that longing, which I feel to a certain extent they don't anymore. You know what I mean? It's almost like they're so used to being in defensive mode that longing, that feeling for it, it's almost like it's it's gone. It's been replaced with this hypervigilance. So, on that note, I think we're going to get one more card. I'm just looking at my decks here. 1 second. Let's pull this guy out. Just going to make sure the deck is upright. Can we get... Actually, hold on for a second. So you may see this person, I mean, obviously if that's their attitude, you may see them as jaded, which, may accurately describe it. However, it's not like, somebody, pushed them down on the schoolyard and then for the next 50, 40 years, whatever it is, they never wanted to be around anybody. From what I'm seeing, it's justified. That attitude or that approach to the world around them, especially to new people, it kind of makes sense based off of what I'm seeing. I feel like you may notice that this person, they may be a little bit more hypervigilant than they are normally because they're coming off the heels of something that it's almost like somebody tore their heart out. I mean, my God. And you know what is like a kick in the face? I think they saw it coming. You know what I mean? It's like they saw the connection with that person starting to deteriorate and deteriorate and deteriorate. And it's almost that energy of like watching something go down the drain. And it's like they're not even going to try to stop it because they know it's gone too far. You know what I mean? Like they know that it's already on its way. It decided to go that way. So they just have to watch somebody do some song and dance BS to their face about how everything's fine when it's not. So it's almost like because that was the most recent experience, I feel like, especially going back to, they're defensive when new people come in, I feel like they look at new people through that lens. You know what I mean? It's like, what is this person here for? What are they going to try to take from me? How can they pull one over on me? And I feel like the fact that there's just something that's very upfront, almost blunt, borderline abrasive. Not that you are abrasive. It's not a negative thing. It's that there's something, you know how sometimes it's the people that seem to have that seem like they're the best person in the world and they have this picture painted of them being this just perfect human, but they actually have this, this thing going on in their life that's really not good. It's almost like the rough edges of you, well, not derogatory in any way, okay, but the parts of yourself that most other people hide so they can fit into society, you don't play that. You don't have time for that. And there's something that's very cut and dry about you dealing with this person that's just such a relief that they feel like they can sit back and breathe for a second. So I'm just going to pull that last card. I was just about to say, what does Aquarius need to know? So we have the Hierophant here. At the bottom of the deck, Six of Cups. Gosh dang. I mean, I feel like from what I'm seeing here, there's going to be something about your approach that makes this person just kind of open their door to you. I don't know what it is. I think you do. I think you know darn well what it is. Yes, you do. So, um, I was about to say I'll let you keep your secrets, but it's really up to you, right? It's not like I'm letting you. Anyway, um, there seems to be something about you that reminds them of someone when they were young that was trustworthy, that maybe was a little cut and dry, that maybe wasn't overly emotional, but they meant what they said. And if they said they'd be there, they'd be there. They were dependable. They maybe, didn't make word, explain things in the most flowery way. They may have been almost forceful in their speech, but when they said something, this person knew they could trust it, and you seem to come in and really embody that energy with this person. And the fact that you're coming in and you're holding a lot of yourself back, it's like this person is used to people dumping stuff in their lap and then having to manage it, and that's not what you're about. So it just feels like, even if depending on what happens in the connection between the two of you, it feels like it's such a relief for this person to know that there's other people like them out there, that I feel like that's kind of why they kind of open their door to you. So I've been I trying to keep these under 5 minutes. I'm sorry, Aquarius. I love you guys. I wish you all the best this week. If you like what I do, please like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you on the next one. Much love. Bye.